Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico. I am the curator of Soaring Spirits Art Exhibit and Fundraiser. And this is a very special exhibit. It's being done in memory and celebration of the life of Hal Parker, who was a wonderful friend to many. He was an absolute art supporter in the community and in the tri-state area. And he was the owner of the Corner Frame Shop in Nyack, which hosted many exhibits. So he recently passed away, and we are doing this exhibit in his honor. And we are so lucky and fortunate to have Elizabeth participating in the exhibit. So it's so nice to speak with you. And I want to hear, let's start off with, and I know this can change, but what's your concept right now for your piece in this exhibit?
Okay. I was thinking something like a decoupage, and mixed with paint. That's right now, that's what I envision, like a decoupage type of thing, and make it very, um, I'm trying to think in terms of colors too, because it's spirits. Your title is Soaring Spirits, right?
Right, Soaring Spirits.
And since they're, for some reason, blue is coming into my head too, for the colors, different tones of blue, So that for now, that's what I'm thinking of. What comes at the end, I don't know, but you'll see at the end when I'm done.
Have you done decoupage before?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
you have.
yes. And I also like, it's kind of, decoupage is kind of, I think of it like collage, that you put different things together. And I kind of, once I have an idea, I'll put a lot of what I'm going to use out first, and then as I go, I add things, and I can kind of mix. It kind of, I don't like thinking too much when I do the coupage, because I feel that it should come out as an instinct. If I think too much, it doesn't work for me, at least. If I'm thinking too much, no, I have to go just with the flow. And I notice when I go with the flow, it works better for me, and then I'm happy with it. If I think too much, I'm never happy. So it just goes with the flow.
I get it. I get it. Overthinking something can kill it.
Yes, exactly. Overthinking is not good.
Now, I have to tell you, when I think of your work, I don't think of collage, decoupage. I think of you really more as like a painter, an illustrator. So, which came first for you as an artist?
Actually, drawing. I love working with pencil and then charcoal. Then painting, and then I studied sculpture. I wanted to do 3D. I started with clay. I love clay because it's very tactile. And then carving stone. I did some welding. I love welding, but you need, like anything, you need the equipment. I never had the space for welding. So I did like the little small pieces just to learn. I love learning different things. I actually even learned how to blow glass, but again, just the kiln alone. It's as you know, it's the not much you for things like that, you need a studio. You need a place where you can do, or a place that's already like a foundry that you can work at. And because to have it on your own, it's very expensive, So, and when you're carving in stone, you need a compressor, and that's very noisy. So I can't have it where I live. I have to go to some place that you are able to. They have the compressor. It's just, there's working studios, So I love trying different, I always challenge myself, trying different mediums. So I think one of my favorites, I love doing sculpture. I love carving stone, working in clay. But if I would have, in terms of paints, my favorites are inks and watercolors. Why? Because It's very free for me. It's very free. It's what happens. I can just go with it. I love working with the brush. And also with what do you call it? Straws that you put the water and then you can blow it. It's very free watercolor, you know? So I would say in terms of, even though I love acrylics, don't get me wrong, but the freedom that inks and watercolor gives you, I find that very fascinating.
I'm not surprised to hear you say this, because when I see your work, I think there's a level of joy in a lot of your work, and there's a real level of movement. I really feel emotion, almost like a dance and a poetry to it. So when you say that you like watercolor and ink, which of course strikes terror in my heart, because you really have to give yourself to these mediums.
Yes, yes.
Because you cannot always control them, and that doesn't work
Correct.
at all.
Correct. But you know, there are some watercolor artists. I mean, there's certain ways that you can control watercolors. There's this I can't think of the word right now, but if they want it very exact, it's like a transparent paper and you can put it on and then you paint whatever you paint. It can be watercolor can be very controlled if you want to. And then you can peel off and that stays white and then you can fill it in. I admire watercolors that can do that. They're like photographs. Okay, it's beautiful work, but that's not me because I love accidents. I love the freedom. And again, everybody, like we were talking before, every artist has their own interpretation. Like I cannot wait how the 30, I think it's 30 pieces, right? That
Yeah,
you
yes.
the wings.
30 artists for this, yeah.
I cannot wait how each one will interpret it. I think it's going to be fascinating.
I do too. Before we go, Elizabeth, I'm curious, and I'm sure everyone else is, because when I edit this video, I'll put in other pieces of your work so people can get a sense of, your aesthetic, your influences, whether it's something specific or art history, what influences you the most?
To create, you mean like to create or?
Yeah, creatively.
Creatively?
Yeah, past or present.
Are you talking artists or you're talking what influenced me? What?
However you want to answer. Like what comes to your mind first?
Nature.
Oh, good.
Nature. It's so organic, so free. If you really look at nature, you just don't see the positive shapes. You also see the negative. So I would say nature. There's so much out there in nature. It's all there.
We are nature.
We are nature. Exactly. Nature inspires us. So I would say nature.
That's great.
Whether it's the ocean, the fish, whatever, just nature. What's it? Mother Earth. Let me put it that way. Mother Earth.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
Yes.